What's going on, everybody? My name is clutchsometimes, bringing you week 2 of the BBL. This week we'll be going up against AAron2420 and his Calgary Infernapes. AAron's a really good friend of mine. We've been in contact for about over a year. I've been part of his front office for about a year, so I've been through a lot of building and testing and mocking, and yeah, so he's a really good pal. He is the commissioner of the league as well, so yeah, so Aaron is just a really good battle line. So this is and it's the first time I've actually ever played in a serious game. I've played him in a few mocks. He's played me in a few mocks. I've mocked him way more than he's mocked me, just because like the nature of his front office. This is how it is. Yeah. So this is just this is gonna be a lot. This is kind of a game I really would like to win. Yeah. So start looking into the team breakdown here. I did change this from last week. I don't really care. I think this looks better personally. That's my opinion. So we'll see from this point. So things that I have to deal with are the Mega Salamence. Are completely awful for me to deal with. I hate Mega Salamence. I hate dealing with Mega Salamence. I don't want to deal with Mega Salamence. I hate this. Man, all this stuff, it's a lot. Every time I look at it, it's like, why? I hate this. Like last week was what was last week? Yeah, last week was like normal stuff, but like this one's just like, okay, this is awful. And he's supported with a really strong like balance core of Fable, Pharaoh, Suicune, Crocodile, Raikou. Like this is some good strong balance mons for sure. His low tiers I think are kind of bad. Mischievous Monferno and Regigigas will never come to games, in my opinion. I think the top 7 or 8 is pretty much all he brings all season until he makes potential transactions, which I'm not sure he will or not. So yeah, that's gonna kind of his team. Things I have to worry about: the Fable, Suicune. I hate playing Suicune. Fuck Suicune. Fuck it. I hate it so much. It's a piece of shit. Again, there are transactions coming on my team. I know I made some like post draft, but there are some coming on the team that will help in the waters matchups and the grounds matchups. So that'll be really nice because I'm tired of having to like look at like stuff like Melodic and Suicune and just go, okay, how do I not lose this immediately? Things I have to be worried about. The Venomoth is a really big threat. He can wear down my Aegislash, which Immense does really well for him. Crocodile, as I mentioned, I don't have a ground immunity on the team. Oh, Noctowl is a ground immunity, but it hardly counts in most matchups. So I have to be kind of worried about that. So yeah, he just spams Earthquake. I could see like a Scarf Moxies that could do really well against me if I play my cards poorly. So that's something to worry about. The Raikou could be a little bit touch annoying. Obviously, the Suicune is really decent, really strong against me. Something like a Restock Skull Roar set is a pain just to deal with. I hate Suicune so much. Clefable is a really strong Arceus Dark Cancer. Luckily, I think I might have built the Arceus Dark to potentially 1v1 Clefable. Obviously, things like the Ferrothorn can spike this team up because my hazard removal is like, I have okay hazard removal, but like, it is definitely, most of my hazard removal is like that kind of bad in this matchup. So things like the Ferrothorn, things like the Venomoth, I do have to be fairly worried about as well, in tandem with stuff like the Mega Salamence, Suicune, and Crocodile. So from my perspective though, Zeraora looks phenomenal. I think once I wear down the Clefable, the Ferrothorn, maybe the Crocodile just a little bit. My Zeraora looks absolutely phenomenal. Plasma Fist, Close Combat, Hidden Power Ice is just such great coverage against him. It's perfect neutral coverage, or it hits a lot of his team super effectively, which is great. So that's something I can work towards. My Aegislash looks very nice as well. If I can wear down like that again, that Ferrothorn, the Suicune, the Crocodile, maybe to an extent, depending if it's Scarf or not. Yeah, so other things to note on this team, his hazard removal is really odd. It's not the hazard removal things that are standard like hazard removal mods. Like his hazard removers are Mega Salamence and the Venomoth. So being able to potentially try and deal with those a little bit is going to be my kind of game plan. If I can kind of pressure those as removal options, or just make sure, see if they're like not even removal at all, that's going to be kind of the game plan with that. So without further ado, let's get right on into the team. First mod of the team is going to be my Arceus Dark. This thing's coming every week. I don't care. It will come almost every single week. If it don't bring it to a single week, it will be an incredible shock. This thing has a set every week. It's Arceus. It's Arceus Dark for a reason. So this week we're bringing kind of an odd. That's kind of weird. Kind of a weird Arceus Dark here. We are bringing Dreadplate with Whirlpool, Recover, Ice Beam, and Perish Song. Dreadplate's obvious, but just max speed, max HP. And one of my this first and foremost is one of my Mega Salamence answers, as well as I wonder on Judgment, Ice Beam, but like stuff like that's gonna end up like I guess some Inferno Walls, whatever. I don't care. It's Monferno. That's kind of I don't respect that mod as Pokemon. So stuff like the Clefable would wall like an Ice Beam Judgment set. So I want to find a way to like get myself around like stuff like this Suicune, stuff like the Clefable. I think Rorqual is like coming against me though. That's just such an obvious bring in my opinion. So the Whirlpool, Recover, Ice Beam. So hopefully the plan with this is to try and trap some of his stuff like his Ferrothorn, like his Clefable, like his Suicune, like his Crocodile. Trap it with Whirlpool and trying to remove it with Perish Song. Trying to open up doors for my stuff, some of my offensive threats like the Aegislash, the Zeraora, and the Komao. Komao also is very, very solid against him as well. Ice Beam is really my coverage of the choice, just because I really want to bop that Mega Salamence. I don't want to like mess around with like Judgment Rolls or something like that, because he could be kind of a bulkier set in this matchup. I feel like a bulky Dragonet set could do a ton of work against me, just like really naturally. So that's kind of the game plan with Arceus. We're gonna try and trap the stuff like his Clefable, like his Suicune, like some of his more like defensive, not necessarily passive, but like his more like defensive wall core here and open up doors for my offense. So next Pokemon on the team is going to be one of my offensive threats this week is going to be my Aegislash. We're running Autotomized Weakness Policy with 3 attacks. Essentially, the goal is to try and lure stuff like his Ments to like try and hit me with attacks, his Clefable to hit me with attacks. I think I might take it from Crocodile, maybe his Venomoth as well. I think if it's like Ghostium, I think that's a deck I've seen before as a way of hitting Aegislash. It's like a +1 Ghosty. You just need a little bit of chip. Maybe 2 kill, or you can just crit it, I guess. Trying to beat hits like that so I can potentially pop my Weakness Policy, Flame from Clef, Knock from Pharaoh, or Flame like Earthquake, Fire Move from Ments, stuff like that would be really beneficial for my Aegislash. So once I get to +2, if I have full hazards, this thing absolutely slaughters him. He has nothing. If he doesn't have if he doesn't bring Scarf Crocodile, he has nothing that takes this hit. It takes hit from this at +2, or even like anything. So it's a really, really good win con if I can get it set properly. Yeah, it's pretty primed, I think. If I position it decently, I can with good hazards. That's going to be kind of important. So, next Pokemon. This is an Aegislash. It's gonna. I've had thoughts of dropping it here and there. Trying to like maybe like secure the ground. I'll spoil it for you. It's staying on the team. I'll spoil that much at least. It is going to stay on the team after my transactions. I believe I changed Comfy and Knocked Out for Xatu and Shiinotic. So those are the 2 transactions you'll see by next week. So next Pokemon on the team, as I mentioned earlier in the builder, is going to be a Zeraora with Workup, 3 attacks, Hidden Power Ice, Close Combat, and Plasma Fist with the Expert Belt. Expert Belt plus the this investment is kind of a dump. Expert Belt plus that. At a +1, we will always KO stuff like Salamence. We don't necessarily KO like Clefable if he's like super defensive, but I feel like we have options around Clefable, so that's going to be kind of the important part there. And also I can get hazards up if it's unaware. So at +1 I'd be 2 a KO, like if it's like Magic Guard, but if it's unaware, like I need to get hazards for it. So that's going to be kind of that. This thing, once I get the +1 boost, to get fairly freely on stuff like Pharaoh, Clefable, Venomoth to an extent, Raikou especially. Yeah, that's what we're going for here with Zeraora. Just something that can like take through the stuff like that and deal pretty freely with some of his more defensive stuff. Really kind of a cleaner in this matchup, hoping to pick up pieces that Aegis/Slash and Kama'o leave behind for us. So, speaking of, Kama'o is going to be the next one on the team. Just a very, very simple Dragon Dance Dragonium set. Dragonium, the outrage is there mainly to punch through stuff like the Suicune, Crocodile, Drain Punch, great for getting health back on stuff like Pharaoh, lower Suicune, lower Crocodile, Raikou, and the Poison Jab there mainly just for the Clefable. So if I get a little bit chip on that, then I can potentially deal with it with the +1 Poison Jab. It's a very simple set, enough speed for Salamence at +1. I guess this is just enough speed for Salamence. It's automized up. Same here, it's just Mega Salamence. So, it's very simple. Again, I just don't think his Scarfer is that good against me. So, like, especially stuff like Crocodile, like Scarf Crocodile. If I keep my RCS up for long enough, I can deal with stuff like the Crocodile. I guess if it's a Scarfer. So, that's kind of the game plan behind Kama'o. So, yeah. Next Pokemon on the team, we want Rocks, we want Spin. Hey look, it's a Donphan. I'm running Shed Shell for very odd because I'm kind of afraid of the Gothorita. I'm afraid that he might just like try and set hazards to Pharaoh and then just like try and remove my Donphan with his like a Toxic Breath Gothorita, because I know Aaron loves that set. So I ran Shed Shell. I wanted to run Berry, but I'm just running Max Attack, Advent, Max HP. I try to do as much as possible. And outside of the Ments, he really doesn't like switching the Earthquake that much, so I just want to do as much damage as possible with that. Really standard set. Didn't feel like there was a speed tier I really cared about, so I'm running Max Attack, Max Speed. Yeah, that's Donphan. It's a Donphan. It doesn't. It's Rocks and Spin with Ice Shard, Earthquake. Pretty much that. Final Pokemon on the team is going to be a Garbodor. Gunk Haze, Double Spikes, and Rocky Helmet. It's kind of one of the ways that I think that I'm going to deal with Mega Salamence, trying to chip down, especially. I think I take a singular hit from Mega Salamence with my investment after Rocks. I have enough speed. I'm trying to creep Suicune with his speed. I didn't know how much speed he would run on Suicune. He might go max, he might go 0. Not entirely sure. So that's kind of the way it is. So we're running that. So yeah, it's just double spikes. The game plan with this thing is just try to get spikes up as early as possible and keep my offensive threats going well. So that's gonna be it for the team, and I'll see you guys here for the battle. So now here is time for the battle, and as you can see, he brought pretty much everything we expected. Couple things were notably missing, I think, like the Clef Speak here. Yeah, it's kind of about what you expected, honestly. There's something I think, so the biggest thing we're missing though, no Ferrothorn. So his only rocker in this game, he has 2 rockers in this game, but he could have T-Spikes, but we have ways of dealing with those T-Spikes. And again, I have no rock weak mons on this team, so yeah, that's going to be really, really nice for us not to deal with potential spikes. Makes my Donphan's job a lot easier. All I need to do is really spin hazards, maybe get rocks, so really get a chance. But yeah. So at this point, I'm just kind of looking at like what's stopping me from leading off with my Garbodor. Because I always have pivots. If you lead off with his Ments, I always have pivots at this current moment, and stuff like the Raikou, the Crocodile. I have pivots and to do things that I really dreaded about. So I can just lead off it, trying to get a spike up immediately with my Garbodor. That's like that's really, really nice for us. So we are just gonna lead off with our Garbodor here, and that's what we're gonna do. So Aaron's going to challenge us to a battle. Good luck, have had fun to him as always. So he's gonna lead off with his Suicune. So at this point, I want to try and get a scout on how fast I am, how fast he is in comparison to me. So I'm just gonna go throw up a spike turn 1. I just want these hazards up. I want him to show me his removal. So at this point, he's gonna throw up a sub. So I'm like, okay, that's interesting. I don't really know the set at this point, so I do know that I need my RCS to deal with it. Need the Bearish Song. I need the Bearish Song to deal with it from behind its sub. So at this point, I'm just gonna try and get up 2 layers here. Because I know I I have the haze, I have the perish song. I can always deal with Suicune at this point. But actually, I go for a gunk shot, trying to like break trying to scout damage on the Suicune, see if I can break its sub. However, I am not able to break the sub because I miss. So at this point, I am gonna go hard on into my Arceus Dark. I'm hoping to try and catch a Skull Burn, but unfortunately, we aren't lucky enough to get the Skull Burn here. He misses out. So he does crit me though, so I believe so. Yeah, he does crit me. So at this point, I'm just gonna go for the Perish Song. I see no reason not to go for the Perish Song. It's pretty much my safest option at this point in the game. So just like deal with it. I don't know what the set is. He's gonna go for the Roar, try to like see if I'm Calm Mind, see if I'm something not like that. So at this point, he's gonna roar me out and I believe into my Garbodor. This is really actually great for me because at this point I get another spike. So because I don't care about anything this Suicune can do to be behind this sub, because I know in 3 turns it has to switch out or he loses it forever. So something like this Suicune is gonna try and go for repeated Scalds. I'm gonna throw up a spike with my Garbodor, and I believe I throw up one more. I'm not entirely sure where this point goes on. But yeah, he's going to get his leftovers back. I believe he stays in, maybe Skulls one more time? No, actually I'm trying to bait. I believe I try and bait the, I think I try and bait it again. He's going to switch out here, knowing he can't do too much to be behind sub as he goes that hard into his Raikou. I believe I just spike again here. Yeah, so Raikou comes in. I am going to make the hard switch out into my Arceus Dark, trying to bait the burn. Honestly, I really want my Arceus Dark burned if I can possibly get it. But he shows the Raikou. I'm gonna go hard to my Donphan. I want to try and get rocks. He's gonna go for the T-Bolt here. So good play on my end, I think. So yeah, he's gonna go for the T-Bolt. I'm gonna get it in my Donphan for free, and I'm just gonna throw my rocks, knowing that I want rocks up for stuff like his Mence, his Venomoth. Just getting that chip on stuff like the Suicune, the Clefable if he's unaware. So I get rocks. Donphan. Donphan been kind of the low-key MVP so far. It's just get rocks. It's been the GOAT. I know it's like not, it's Donphan. It sucks, but like, hey, I'll take it. He's gonna go for the extra sensory here. It's not gonna 2 KO because Donphan's bulky, so that's awesome. I am just gonna go for the Earthquake here, and the range of health that puts me at, I'm still out of range of Earthquake from like a Scarf Crocodile. From the boost item for sure. If it's like Choice Band, I think he literally needs the maximum possible roll to take me out. So he can try and stay and chip me down and lose his Raikou, or he can like fine. He brought one ground immunity and resist in his Mence. I just go for the Earthquake. If he wants to go hard Mence, that's fine. I have a lot of things still at full. He has to take rocks on the way in. But he does go out into his Crocodile, takes rocks plus spikes. I'm just going to get a huge hit off on this Crocodile. Literally just get this big damage, this big hit off on this Crocodile. If he Scarf, then I can take it out next turn. This point in the game, I don't know what item this Crocodile is. I know he probably wants. I kind of go stay in, and I'm gonna stay in here and throw out my Donphan to an extent, and because I know Earthquake is a 2 KO from this range. Ice Shard will not knock it out from this range. So I can't really preserve the health of my Donphan, so I'm just gonna go for hard from the Earthquake. Something like a bandit set would take a literal max roll to knock me out if it's like Jolly Band. So we're gonna stay and go for one more Earthquake, and he is going to show that he is Choice Band. So that is, we're gonna live on 2 health with my Donphan, and we're gonna take out this Crocodile. So no rocks unless no rocks out of Crocodile. Rocks are probably on his Clefable anyway. So Donphan comes through here, gets the rocks, gets the KO. First KO of the season for Donphan, and out comes the Suicune once again. I believe he goes for a sub here, or maybe he Skulls. I'm gonna go for either way. I am gonna go for my Arceus Dark. Again, I want him to burn me. I get so unlucky here too. I tried 3 times and he doesn't burn any of them, so it's a little annoying. It's fine though. At this point, I believe I just recover. I want my Arceus a little bit healthier. I know he has to be worried. Aaron himself has to be worried about my Perish Song being like a thing, but he does finally land a Toxic. So I tried my best to get myself burned. It didn't happen. It's kind of unfortunate, but it is the way it is. Man, if that was like if I brought like a physical Arceus, I would have been burned turn 1. It's kind of how it would have been. Yeah. So Arceus gonna get hurt by poison, and I'm just gonna go hard for the Perish Song. Try and force out the Suicune one more time. I want this thing to be continuously forced out. That way I can bring in something like my Aegislash later, and with all this chip I have on this Suicune, I can potentially deal with it that way, more offensively than I can with my it was something like my Arceus Dark, which obviously really can't beat it one-on-one unless it's like last mon. So at this point, he's gonna switch out. He goes out into his Clefable. Yeah, he goes out into his Clefable, and I believe I make the switch. Actually, I think I make the switch into my. Did I recover here? No, I recover here. So, and after when Clefable comes in, I am gonna make the switch into my Garbodor. I'm just gonna try and get more hazards up. I want to get spikes. I want to get all of these hazards. So if I get full hazards, then my Aegislash actually wins. It's kind of not what I'm looking for, but so I'm kind of hoping for more of a Zero Aura end game at this point. So kind of hoping I can use the Aegislash kind of to break through his team at +2 and find where his speed control might be. Because at this point, I'm not seeing any real speed control options. So at +2, my Autotomize is just gonna my Aegislash is looking really, really good because that speeds his entire team naturally. So at this point, I am gonna get another layer of spikes up. As he goes for the Protect, just trying to rack a little bit of burn damage. That's kind of what I want to do. But I kind of outplay a little bit, get some spikes, another layer, and I believe I just go full hazard at this point. Get one more layer of spikes up with my Garbodor, just pretty freely. So my play is doing pretty good. Honestly, Garbodor is just putting in good work here. It's not getting any kills, but it's looking kind of nice. Maybe I can play Gunk here. That might have been my third layer actually. I might just go for the Gunk shot. Yeah, I do go for the Gunk shot too. That is my third layer of spikes. So Mens comes in. Takes nothing but because it's burn -1 Gunk shot. At this point, my Garbodor has done its job. I'm going to sit in and spam Haze literally until I die. He can literally, I'm literally never letting him get a boost. So, Garbodor's gonna, sit in. He's gonna roost up here. I'm just gonna click Haze. I'm literally clicking Haze until I die. That's where I'm at right now. So, because if he gets a Dragon Dance up on me, I'm kind of up shit creek because I don't like taking hits from +1 Salamence. My Arceus is healthy enough to do so, but I don't like my weakened Arceus. So, and he's gonna show that he's special. Obviously, if you're in the Mega Salamence, like a lot of other people's physical attackers have, I've heard. So, Mega Bro Couch kind of stats, it's understandable. But at this point, I am gonna go with my Aegislash, knowing he really can't knock me out. We are rocking the shiny Aegislash this week. I'm gonna go for the Autotomize because I know he wants damage. Because at this point, I know he wants damage on my Aegis for his Venomoth, because I know he wants to try and win with that. But kind of knowing that I can get my Aegislash in, I can put it up to +2, and the burn, even if he got the burn, didn't matter because I'm fully special, because I didn't think physical would do that much because he had too much for it. So I get the weakness policy, I get the Autotomize. And Aegis is looking boosted here, and I'm just gonna go for the Shadow Ball here. This is if he's fully offensive, this is a this roll is very in my favor to knock it out. So Aegis gonna pop the Shadow Ball on the Ments, and it's going to drop in 1 to my boy. So he's got nothing at this point. Aegislash is gonna pull through. Suicune has to take. I've already taken some chips. Gonna take 3 layers of spikes plus rocks, put down around 50%. I'm gonna click Shadow Ball and knock this thing out as well. Aegislash just having a good time. That clean, shiny Aegislash. Woo! So Suicune going to go down to my Aegis, and he's going to go out at this point. He's going to start sacking mons. He goes out to his Raikou. Again, this is why removal is so important in a game. So I just put up all these hazards, man. I'm gonna throw up a Shadow Ball now. Another one. Just pop, 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 pop. He can't beat it. I was really just looking to get Aegis to break and end up with Zera come up to back it up, but damn. He's gonna go to his own more Clefable, but it's Clefable, and knowing from he has to really show flame. He has to show flamethrower here and live the flash cannon. So, but he doesn't have it. So Clef goes down, And at this point, all he has left is going to be his Venomoth. So it's going to take 25%. Take about 50% here from the spikes plus Stealth Rock. So, and that's going to be it for this one. GG to Aaron. Feel a little bit bad about that one, a little bit, but Aegis just completely came through this game. I was really good for it because I think I mentioned just beforehand. I believe I mentioned just a little bit beforehand this game, like in the team in the builder that I don't know, man. Maybe I won't. Maybe I was considering dropping it for like a Celesteela, but like after that, me and M-Dragon, I was talking to M-Dragon, I told him about this game, he's just like, yeah, you can't drop Aegis now. I'm like, damn, you're right though. So Aegis Slash coming through with the 5 KOs. Yeah, 5 KOs. Domphing gets the other one. Domphing, Garbodor sacking its life for the team, just kind of like last week. So two really strong wins to start out the season, and I'm really excited to see what's to come. Next week we go up against Mastodon and his Mastodon Gastrodon. And I believe he's at Worlds right now, so that one might be a little bit later. Might be playing a substitute. I'm not too sure about that one yet, so we'll see when that one comes around. But yeah, this is looking so far. The team's been really fun. Aegis and RC Stark has 0 kills, by the way. Zeraora and Aegis have been pretty much just kind of the show. So that's gonna do it for me today. I will see you guys next week with another game.